Hi Stampin' friends, today I have a crisscross card for you and a tutorial on marker to stamp technique. I'll be using the Let It Ride set. It's a set that comes with these nice trees and several images of horses and then some inspirational sentiments. Now because I needed a birthday card, I went ahead and took the happy birthday sentiment from Detailed with Love, because I thought it kind of matched the way that this set uses both regular typeface and then kind of a script look. And so if that went with the one, I decided it would also go for birthday. So what I wanted to show you today, you know, when you do a crisscross card, it's very simple to just, well, look at me, sure it is, to just cut across after you've scored and everything like that, folded, to just cut a diagonal with your cutter. And then you've got the pieces for your card like this. You'll add some sticky strip to each side, and you could just make this be your card. But we're going to go ahead and make the card look like this. You could use designer series paper on these flaps, anything like that. It makes it very cute. Then on the inside, I cut it down a little smaller than you might normally think. This one is actually 4 1/4 by 4 1/2, just to allow, I like the way this little guy looks like he's peeking out of the back. I actually want this to be scooted over to the side, so hopefully I'll get that done in this video for us. But I do like the way these little guys are just kind of lurking down here at the bottom. So, oh, and to make this linen thread, this is just our regular linen thread, but I used a couple fingers to wrap around and create just the little edges just kind of loose on there to give it kind of maybe a rope, maybe something else, just kind of a western-y kind of theme for it. Okay, so I used my Stamparatus because I think that makes everything go so quickly. And here are my little cut pieces of white. Now I kind of liked the small size of this. If you wanted it to be smaller, you'd need to cut it down. You know, normally, and what I've used is 5 1/4 by 4, but if you want this edge to be even larger, you'd need to use 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, so on this stamp, I want this to be a little higher. What I did first was design this so that it could be stamped at the same time and put them up and even with the edges. And then I put my little magnets on there and stamped like this. But I want this to be a little higher, so I'm gonna just stamp one at a time now. So I'm gonna line this up over here. And then for these little guys, I used mostly the ink. And then where did my Q-tip go? That makes it kind of fun. Oh, don't you love it when you misplace something? Fun. All right, well imagine I've Q-tipped that off because that's the way that you should do it. And then I just used, instead of just the soft suede, I've used a little bit of Granny Apple Green so that it looks like there's a little bit, you know, this field grass wouldn't be green, but it's gonna have a little green to it. And then I stamped it here. Whoops, I got my in the way, and I still do. Stamped it there. And then for this marker to stamp, it's a little more difficult. I'm gonna make sure that I have it where I can put it lined up neatly. Okay. That's what's so great about the magnets. You can put your paper wherever you want and it still works neatly. Okay, so now for this one, I went ahead and did the entire marker to stamp technique. I used right down the tree trunks. I used the soft suede, which is our base color card. And then I used our shaded spruce on the trees. This all over the trees. Takes me a while, sorry, I'm trying to hurry. And it doesn't need to be perfect because you wouldn't necessarily see the entire tree trunk. So you can just kind of wildly do it. And what you want to do is be sure and go sideways, because you do not want to break off the tip of your, or mess up the tip of your marker. So when you go sideways, that goes a lot better for that. And then I used, on the bottom again, I used a little bit more of the soft suede here on what looks like ground to me, because under the trees there really wouldn't be a whole lot of grass growing. And then I went back in with grass along this bottom where it actually looks like grass to me, and I might dab a little bit more grass back in through there. Then I always wipe the excess color off my marker when I'm finished. Okay, and then I want to stamp. You might, if it doesn't quite work, you might need to take your breath and go, that's not like a blow like you're blowing out candles, but like a so that you can get good coverage with your ink. So I did the same thing on my happy birthday. I inked up the happy with my soft, with my shaded spruce, and the birthday with my soft suede. And that's how I ended up with this card. Thank you for watching.